Hello, and thank you for joining me on this tutorial. The purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to design a QR code. And specifically, I'm going to design a QR code for a Google Slide presentation. So here I am in a sample folder that I use for situations like this, and I have a back to school night sample presentation in here. If I were to double click on this, it would appear on this tab over here. And I have designed some very generic slides. This is very skeletal, lacks a lot of information, but essentially I just wanted to show you a presentation and then design a QR code. In order to get the URL that you need to design the QR code, and what I mean by the URL is basically the web address. Right now, the link that I'm using is private and secure, and it only belongs to me. But I want to make sure that parents who aren't a part of the Clovis Unified School District have access to the link that I'm going to share with them. So for me, step number one is coming over to this orange button and clicking share. Step number two is that I'm going to click right here where it says advanced. Right now it's private and I'm the only one who can access it, but I want to change that so that anyone with the link can view it. Item number two right here says anyone with the link. So I'm going to click right here. I'm also going to scoop my eyes down here to make sure that people can view it because I don't want to give them permission to edit it. The default is that it will always be view. So anyone with the link has permission to view the presentation, not the folder, just the presentation that I'm working on. And now I'm going to click save. This link right here is the link that I want to copy so that when I come up to QR Code Monkey, and I'll show you how to get there in just a second. So copy. What I did with my mouse is I used the right click button one time. This menu popped up and I'm going to click copy one time. So that's in my clipboard. Now, if this is not available to you because you haven't opened the QR Code Monkey website, you can click the plus symbol and then QR Code Monkey and then enter. And I find that most of the time or all of the time, it's going to be the very first one right here. If you want to write it down or whatever, you have access to all that information right there. There's a little hyphen or a dash inside QR code and then monkey. By clicking one time, it's going to take you to this website. There are some design strategies that you can do. You can add an image or a customized design. You can set colors. Those are kind of advanced things. The purpose of this training is not to teach you the advanced skills. My desire is just to make sure that you know how to make one and use it. Right here, it says your URL. Now, there are also more advanced strategies up here, and it's not the purpose of this video to explain all those other things either. Really, I just want to help you design a QR code for a back to school night presentation. When you click one time in this box, you're going to need to erase the content that's in there. So I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to erase it. And if you remember just a few steps back, when I was over here, I copied this. So the item that I've copied is still on my clipboard. By coming back over to QR Code Monkey, I can click inside this box. I can click right click followed by paste. So your other option is Control V for victory. That would have done the same thing as well. This entire long URL that I pulled from that other website, and you'll notice how long and expansive it is, just appeared in here. Now, the QR code over here has not changed yet because I need to click enter on my keyboard. So when I click enter on my keyboard one time, then the QR code is going to magically change. Well, how do I know if it's the right one or not? If you have an iPhone 7 or newer, open up the camera, hold your phone up to the screen so that you can see the QR code inside of your camera. And then a small banner will appear at the top saying, would you like me to open this? Because I've noticed that it's a QR code. And then you can verify that beyond a shadow of a doubt, it is the real deal. From here, you can download this PNG file. So if I click here on my other screen, because I have more than one screen, the QR code has just arrived. You want to bring this QR code, which is the same one back here. This is just the downloaded version. You want to bring that into your presentation. So here's one strategy for doing that. Down here on my bottom toolbar, I have my folder always waiting for me. If you click one here, right here one time, and then click on downloads, make sure it's this PC followed by downloads, then you're going to see right here how your QR code file has just been downloaded. By clicking on this one file and then dragging it over and then letting go, it should pop in here fantastically. Let me show you one other way, because I'm not sure which one's going to be easiest for you. If you liked this way, go with it. Here's plan B, if you would rather do this a different way. What I usually do is I click down on the circle right here, and then I locate what's called the snipping tool. So I start typing the word snip, and then snipping tool appears right here. I have actually anchored my snipping tool down here, so it's always available for me. But if that's not on display down here, then you're going to need to click up here on snipping tool. When the snipping tool appears, you have this little toolbar that shows up. What I'm going to do is I'm essentially going to take this little plus symbol that I see right here. I'm going to click, I'm going to hold my index finger down on my mouse, and then I'm going to slide over here, and I'm going to take a teeny tiny picture of just this one space right here. Now, from here, I usually click right here on this tab to get into my presentation, and then File, actually edit, sorry, and then paste. I usually just use my keyboard, Control V for victory, but I always want to make sure that everybody knows how to do that. So that would be the other option. So this exact thing just appeared. You have the download option, and you can drag that file in here and then drop it in, or you can use the snipping tool and take a small picture of it, and then Control V for victory, which is paste, and then drop a picture of that QR code in here. Now, when you go to presentation mode and you are actually presenting and you are showing this presentation to your parents, obviously you wouldn't have two of them and it would be perfected. You can let your parents know in the audience at the time of the presentation. Feel free to pull out your smartphone, open up the camera, and then use this QR code and you can follow along with me. Now, if any of your parents do not have an iPhone 7 or newer, or they don't have access to a QR reader, QR readers are available for free for download in any of the Smart Play stores, and parents can access it that way. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you and that this is a resource that you use for years to come. Have a great day.